So Penny's calf is about a week old today. Penny's the one tearing up that hay bale back there. And you know, just so you guys know, I don't know anything about pulling a baby calf. Look at her. Mama's doing good. I wasn't prepared, didn't have some of the stuff that I probably should have had on hand for pulling a calf like that. And if I would have caught her, or if I could have caught her, I would have. But where she was at and out in the pasture wasn't going to be an easy chore to get her caught. And so had to do what I could with what I had available, which was just my hands. But the good thing is that calf is alive. He's doing good. He was up walking around last night when I went to check the cows. We're gonna go see if we can find him today. But I've learned a few things. I got a few new tools that'll help if I ever have to do that in the future. But let's go check out that calf. There's Mama. Penny's doing pretty good. She has been off hiding the baby every day from me, so it's hard to find. But as you can see, she's recovering pretty nicely. Hey, Penny. Ooh, hey, you watch it, girl. She's a lot friendlier when she needs help. There's the baby. There's the baby. He's got a really nice, dark, pretty color. So number one, Penny's on the more friendly side of some of my cows, but she's not halter broke or anything like that. And honestly, it's amazing she let me help pull it all. I think that kind of tells you just how in need of help she might have been. So, yeah, we're talking about you. So a vet probably would have done stuff differently than I did. Of course, they would have had long gloves, which I'll show you. We bought some of those just the other day. They would have had her in an alley or a chute or a head gate or some sort of way to constrain her. That would have been a lot safer for probably the cow and of course the vet. A lot of people like to help assist them while they're standing up. And since this little baby was born backwards, the vet may have actually tried to turn the baby around inside of the mom before pulling her out. And so that was stuff that I didn't really have the capability or skill or know how to do. I just kind of had to do what I had with what I had available, and I'm just thankful that it worked. But I can only really vaguely remember my dad having to help pull a calf as a child. I remember it happening, but I know that I was kind of freaked out by the whole experience, grossed out. I didn't really assist or anything. I was just kind of there. And so there was definitely a moment where it kind of hit me that I'm either going to have to help pull this calf or the calf will die, and there's a chance that Penny could even die. So, you know, when she laid down like that and let me pull on her, I think it really showed that she was in distress and that she needed some help, because Penny will let me come up to her and maybe pat her side, maybe brush her just super lightly while she's distracted and eating. But she generally doesn't let me just come up and touch all over her like some of my other ones do. Hey baby, hey baby, hey baby. Hey, come here. So there's a few things that we're going to be doing differently in 2022 than we're doing in 2021. Our heifers this year are going to be AI'd, or artificially inseminated, which we're going to do a whole video on why we're choosing to do that with some of ours, who we're breeding them to, and just our reasoning behind that. But by doing that, we'll have a very close idea of when the calves should be born. So they'll be bred at a certain date. We'll follow up a month or a month and a half later to make sure that they are bred. And then we'll have kind of a gestation table that ought to tell us fairly closely to when that calf ought to be born. And part of the nice thing about doing that is that when we get close, we'll be able to put those heifers into a pen or a corral or something like that where we can keep an eye on them. And if we have to catch one and load it and take it to the vet, it should be a lot easier because they're already in a pen. Heifers, you know, they can sometimes have difficulty calving because they've never had a calf before. And so we want to be able to keep a close eye on them when they're getting close to having their calves. And we've spent a lot of money and a lot of time collecting these semen straws from different farms, spending money at the vet to have them do this procedure, spending days out here, you know, working them, getting them prepared for this. And so we want to have the best chance possible at having a live birth. There's always things that can happen where a calf is stillborn or the calf is backwards. But the majority of the calves that have been born out here so far have been totally unassisted, didn't even know they were going to calve. I just went out to the pasture the next day and there's a calf. So that's the way I would definitely prefer it. But if we need to be able to help, I want to be prepared for future calves being born. A lot of you guys have had really good name suggestions for this baby. You know, they said, hey, it's December, it's Christmas time, call it Noel. I had a couple people say Copper. You know, they said, if Mama's Penny, let him be Copper. I heard some people say Nickel. If Mom's a penny, he's a nickel. Those are all super cool names. I really love the dark color of his coat there. He's a pretty dark colored calf. Momentous would be this guy's dad. So Momentous is our bull. He's a registered bull in the American Highland Cattle Association. He's not on the farm right now. He's at a different farm a few miles down the road. But he was out here with some of my adult cows for a while before he left. And this would be his first calf. So that's exciting news because we know that he is fertile and capable of breeding some cows. So when we bring him back here in a few weeks or maybe a couple of months, we'll know that he's able to get the job done. That is one heck of a long glove. Hey, Bear. So a couple of things I purchased for next time, just in case we have to help pull a calf again. Number one is a really long glove that will go all the way down to your shoulder. That's more sanitary for me and for the cow. A set of chains that are meant for pulling a calf. So it was super slippery to get a hold of that calf's ankle and be able to pull. So these chains are actually meant for this, where you can slip it around the calf's ankle and have a much better chance of getting a good grip on that calf and pulling it. This handle here hooks onto there to help give me more leverage to pull. And then of course, kept all the rest of the clean gloves in this bag. Although, if I ever have to do that again, if I have the chance and they're confined to a pen, I'm probably going to take them to the vet to allow them to help, unless it's kind of an emergency situation like that was. So Mom and Baby are doing good. She's a little annoyed that I'm in here in the corral right on the trough where she normally eats. She's probably ready for me to get out of the way. But thank you guys for subscribing to our channel. Thank you for you guys who decided to become members of our channel and show your support to our farm and our efforts here. I love showing off these cows and the experiences that we have on the farm, and all your comments and likes and watching our videos really mean a lot to us. Thank you guys so much. If you haven't already, you can find us on Facebook and Instagram by searching 100 Acre Highlands. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next video.